Elaine, and welcome to my kitchen. Well, it's been a while since I've done a video, and I would like to apologize to you all for that. But anyway, after a little break, I am back with you, and I'm going to be sharing recipes and other things with you in the future. So today we're going to be making an old-fashioned cherry cobbler, so let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, I have my oven preheating to 375 degrees, and I have also prepared a 9 by 13 baking dish, and I just put a stick of butter in here for now, and we're going to melt that in here later on, so I'll show you how to do that when we're ready. Okay, and to do this recipe, what you're going to need is 3 cans of pitted cherries. Now you can use tart cherries, you can use dark sweet cherries, which is what these were. You can do a combination, whatever you would like to do. And I do have the 3 cans put in this bowl. And we're going to, from those 3 cans, we're going to reserve 1 cup of the juice from the cherries. Now this is the regular, just plain cherries. It's not cherry pie filling, so we're going to actually be making our own pie filling from these. So you're going to need the cherries. You're going to need 3/4 a cup of white sugar. You're going to need 1/4 cup plus 1 teaspoon, or tablespoon, I'm sorry, of cornstarch. And there's my oven up to temperature. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of butter. Now this is, you can use unsalted butter or you can use salted butter. It's simply a matter of taste or whatever you prefer using. And you are going to need 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Now also, if you want to, you can add 5 drops of red food coloring. That's entirely up to you if you want to do that. Typically I don't, because I don't generally have red food coloring on hand. Okay, so I am going to take my saucepan. This is a heavy saucepan, and we're going to take our 3/4 cup of sugar. We're going to put that in. We're going to add our cornstarch. This is 1/4 cup here. And I'm going to add my tablespoon. So I have my 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon. And we're going to add our cinnamon. And that was 1/4 teaspoon. Now that, again, matter of taste. I usually add just a little bit more than that because I think the cinnamon gives it a very good flavor. Okay, we're going to put that lid back on. Okay. Now, I'm going to whisk all this together while it is in my saucepan. And now this is an important step, so you don't want to omit this step. So what you're going to do is you're going to break up, the sugar is going to help break up any of the lumps that's in the cornstarch, because it can sometimes be a little lumpy. And if you skip this step, there's a chance that your base for your cherry pie filling is going to have lumps in it, and you don't want that. You want a nice clear cherry pie filling. Okay, that looks good. Looks like I got most of the lumps out of it. Okay, are all of them out? Yep. Alright, now to this, I am going to add my 1 cup of the cherry juice. And I'm going to stir that together. And I'm going to take this over to the stove, and what I'm going to do is cook this on a medium heat until it gets very thick. So when I get that done, I will be back to show you. Okay, I'm back, and you can see that this is very, very thick, and this is exactly what we want. Now you do have to stir this constantly while you're letting it get thick, because You never want this to scorch or you'll ruin the whole thing. So we don't want this to scorch. But that is a real good thickness right there. Okay, so at this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my cherries and just pour those right in. And we're going to fold them into the base for the pie filling. And you notice when we add the cherries, it thins out a little bit. It won't be as thick. That's why you want to get that thick when you have that over in the stove, because the cherries will thin it down a little bit. Okay, so I folded in my cherries. So at this point, I'm going to add my tablespoon of butter. And my butter that I'm using is salted, but again, that's your choice, whatever you would rather use. And we're going to fold in the other half cup of sugar. And we're going to add our almond extract. So I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. I'm going to add just a tad more than that. Just make sure you got a little more flavor. Okay, and I'm going to stir this. And that looks like it's stirred pretty well. So I'm going to move this over, just set this aside. I'll set that right back over here, out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to take my my casserole dish and I'm going to put this in the oven. The oven has preheated to 375. And I'm going to put this in the oven and let this melt. So you want to watch this and not let it scorch. So I'll be right back as soon as I get this in the oven, show you what to do next. Okay, my butter has melted, so I am going to set this aside. And we're going to mix up our topping. And we do that with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We're going to use 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now this is baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder. Use 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball that and add it in. Okay, I'm going to take a fork and just kind of blend this together. And to that I'm going to add 1 cup of whole milk. Now this is whole milk and not low fat. This is the real deal here. So we're going to mix that in. Just mix this together. Now a few lumps in it won't hurt a thing. It's going to be fine. It'll work great. So if you have a few small lumps, don't worry about that. It won't hurt a thing. Alright, set that aside. Now I'm going to get my baking dish. Alright. Move some of this out of the way so you can see a little better. There we go. Alright, now we're just going to pour our mixture right into that melted butter. Just like that. Get a little bit of a spatula here. Okay, and I'm just going to dump the rest of that, just dump it right into that butter. And get it as even as you can. You want to make sure that you have the bottom of your pan covered. Alright, set that aside. Now I'm going to grab my cherries. And I'm just going to start pouring my cherries in right into that batter. Just like that. Okay, and take some of that juice and put in. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll push some of that over that way a little. Okay, kind of make sure I have this as even as I can. Okay, it looks pretty good. Now I'm going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to come in and check on it in just about 30 minutes and we'll see where it is from there. So when this gets done and ready to come out of the oven, I will be right back with you. Okay, here's the finished product, and that's what it looks like when it came out of the oven. So let me just dish out a little bit here. And let's see, and I'll show you what it looks like in the bowl. This is still pretty hot. You probably see the steam coming off of it. It's pretty hot. There it is. Now here would be a good time to put some good vanilla ice cream on that if you wanted to. That would be real good. I don't do ice cream, it upsets my stomach. But anyway, there it is. So let me get a spoon and I'll taste of it for you. Okay, here we go. That is so good. I hope you'll try this recipe because I think you'll really enjoy it, especially if you do like cherries. But this is very, very good. Well, I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll try this recipe. I'm going to have the ingredients listed below in the description, so if you do want to try this recipe, you'll have all the ingredients listed, written out, plus the ones I mentioned in the instructions in the video. So you should be able to make this with no problem. Now, if you'd like to stick around for a little bit after this video, and I'll fill you in on a few things that's been going on here and why I wound up having to take a little break from making videos, but hopefully I'm back now and we'll be making more regular videos as time goes on. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hello again. I just wanted to touch base with y'all and kind of let you know what has been happening with us. Now, I did a video for cheesy corn chowder back in February, and shortly after that my husband was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, so he had to have surgery to have half of his thyroid removed. And so we just got through that, and his mother passed away. She it was just a little bit more than a week before her 97th birthday, so unfortunately we lost her. And then after that, on the upside, I retired from piano teaching, and I had my final piano recital, and I think I'll put a link in the description below to that recital if anybody'd like to see my final recital. The thing that was very special about that is that my oldest daughter was technically my first piano student that I ever taught, and she did the finale performance in my final recital, so I thought it was kind of only fitting. She was my first student that she performed in my final recital, and that was very nice. Then after that, my husband again was diagnosed with skin cancer. This time was right on top of his head. So we've been having to, or he's been having to undergo daily radiation treatments, and he's almost done with those. I think he's got about, he's got till July 30th, and he'll be through with those. So hopefully things are going to settle down and I'll be able to get back into a more regular schedule doing videos, which is what I'm hoping, and I can get some more recipes and things together for y'all. And what I would like to do is I've got some, I like to do the old recipes, so I'm going to be finding some of those for you. We will be going to Michigan in August for a couple of weeks, so I probably won't be recording too much during that time. And then after that, in September, we're going on another cruise. So I will document that cruise and make a nice video for you, just take you on that cruise with us. I was hoping I could take you on some camping trips with us this summer, but with his chemo or his radiation treatments going on, that's pretty doubtful that I'll be able to do that. But anyway, then we can look forward after that to some cooking recipes, some holiday cooking I think y'all will enjoy. So I'll be glad to be back with you more regular from here on out. And I do again hope you enjoyed this last video with the cherry cobbler that I've done, and we'll try that recipe. And if you have enjoyed my videos and are enjoying them, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. It would help me out a lot if you would. So again, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.